up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and this is... I haven't been able to watch Real Housewives of New Jersey, but I saw some clips. I'm going to watch it today, and that review will be out tomorrow. So we're going to talk about what's on the blocks. Now, I sponsor the blogs.
I sponsor the
Let me tell you something.
These are going to be really quick, right? These are going to be really quick. First things first, Sherry Shepherd to become permanent guest host of the Wendy Show. Name of the show, In Flux. Not sure why the name of the show is In Flux. It should be called The Wendy Williams Show with Sherry Shepherd. That's Wendy's show. Why the hell would you literally, it doesn't even make sense. Like I be wondering, like, who works at these places? Why the hell would you take Wendy Williams' show, change the name of it, and then expect the same results? Bitch, if y'all don't leave that lady's show, the name of her show, to honor her, stop playing with Wendy Williams. Stop playing with Wendy Williams. The Wendy Williams Show with Sherry Shepherd. It looks like the Wendy Williams Show might be getting a new name. Why it won't be the Wendy Williams Show anymore? Like, what is wrong with y'all? Whew. And a new permanent host. The 15th anniversary of the show. If you change the name, it's not going to be a 15-year anniversary. That's stupid. It's not a 15-year anniversary of something that doesn't exist anymore. It's done. It's ain't no more Wendy Williams Show. Y'all changing the name. That doesn't even make sense to me. Shut up. According to TMZ, Wendy Williams' show has been snatched right out under her arms. I don't even like the way this is written. Shut up. Whatever. That was a neighborhood talk. No, I'm good. Aire says she accepts Joe Rogan's apology for saying the N-word after she blasted him on Spotify and her social media. Let's see. Well, that was quick and easy, someone said. Okay.
Apology. He said a lot of the things I would want to hear someone say.
Okay, let's see.
I did think he did a fine job with his apology. He said a lot of the things I would want to hear someone say. I think that stuck out for me most was when he said, "It's not my word to use." Right. And I think change behavior is what we're really looking for. If it went all the way to allyship, that would be wonderful. But also, change behavior would be wonderful too. I don't think that Joe Rogan is racist for using it. I think he's insensitive for using it. I did think he did a fine job with his apology. He said a lot of the things I would want to hear someone say. I think that stuck out for me most was when he said, "It's not my word to use." Right. And
I thought Don Lemon wasn't on TV no more. What happened? I thought they was trying to get him out of there. Let me go back to the Sherry Shepherd story. That pissed me off. Sorry, y'all. I got mad because I'm like, I don't even like the way that it's written. Oh, Wendy Williams got her show snatched from her. Come on, y'all. That was a progression. That was a progression. We saw Wendy get progressively worse. We saw it. We saw it. We saw it. And you acting like some stuff is getting snatched. She's ill. She has a chronic illness. She seems to have a chemical dependency. Y'all give these niggas grace all fucking day. All day. Fucking Hugh Hefner died. And look at how much havoc and chaos he created in people's lives. And not once held accountable for it. I don't even know why I said that, but I feel like the way that y'all do women in media, I notice it. That's Wendy Williams' show. It's no different than Howard Stern. If it was the Howard Stern show, y'all would not change the name. You would keep it the Howard Stern show with such and such and such to honor the person that created the fucking show. Why would you change the name of her show. That's her show. Why would you strip that from her? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It should be called The Wendy Williams Show with Sherri Shepherd, and that's it. According to TMZ, Wendy's show has been snatched right out of her arms due to her ongoing health conditions. The producers and staff of the show have been monitoring Wendy, but it's not looking good. In fact, a new permanent guest host has been announced. Sources close to the show have reported that Sherri Shepherd will now be taking over as the host of the show. Sherri will begin hosting in September, but Sherri may not be in that seat for long if it so happens that Wendy has a drastic health improvement. She may be able to return to the show. However, Wendy has not been on her set since, or on her show since July of 2021. All right. So that's it. NTTA accepts Joe Rogan's. I know this. I'm doing the stories back. She accepts his apology. She was the one who was the most offended. Is she going to take her stuff off of Spotify? Is she still going to leave her stuff off of Spotify? I heard his apology. I meant to talk about it. I thought it was a good apology. You know, and then like I said, it's just the people, like, to me, I feel like the people that are offended by it are the ones that need to accept his apology, and that's it. I haven't listened to JRE in a long time. It just depends on who the guest is. Like, literally, I don't watch Joe Rogan because it's Joe Rogan. I watch because of who the guest is, and he lets people talk, and I think he does great with asking really good questions. He really asks good questions. He really invokes good conversation. And sometimes conversations are, you know, they go different ways. People start telling stories. They get comfortable. They forget the cameras are there. It's no excuse, but it happens. People, if we turned a camera on in your house and a lot of these people's house, we would hear conversations that would probably, you'd be like, oh my God, what? She accepted his apology. I'm more, you know, concerned is she going to take her music off of Spotify? Because she was very much so, you know, firm on that. Seemed like she was firm on that. So is she going to still take, because she was upset that they were hosting him? He's apologized. They've apologized. Are you going to take your music off of Spotify? That would be my question. Jennifer Lopez says it hurts to be a Hollywood underdog who is not included. Girl, what? It seems like Jenny from the block feels like she's lost her touch. J-Lo talked to Rolling Stone about how hard the industry has been on her. According to New York Post, Jennifer said, I've always felt like I was scraping from the bottom. Always. I always felt like I was the one that wasn't supposed to be in the room. Okay, so you had imposter syndrome? Did you have imposter syndrome because you were given a contract to sing when you really don't have the talent? I'm sorry. Somebody has to say it, right? Do you have imposter syndrome because you've been given things without actually having to be good at them? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why you feel like you're not included. Sounds like a little of imposter syndrome, but I can see where you can have imposter syndrome because you've been given things without actually having to be good at them. Honey, I used to love Jennifer Lopez. Dance, I love the way she dances and everything else, but the singing, my dear, the vocals, they're trash. And we're not going to sit here and lie. You were given access to an industry where you really like, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. She's a great dancer. I love J-Lo. Guitarista. What did they say? What she say? People used to say her body was shaped like a guitar. Anyways, J-Lo is, let's see where we are. According to the New York Post, I've always felt like I was scraping from the bottom. Always felt like I wasn't the one that was supposed to be in the room. She continued to describe what it feels like to consider herself the underdog and not be at the top of a group of great artists. But there's a club that I just wasn't a part of. And I always acted like, yeah, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm okay. J-Lo is very much tough and explained how growing up in the Bronx, the boogie down Bronx, prepared her for how harsh Hollywood can be, practically having to get it out of the mud. J-Lo, it's so funny that they keep calling her a name that was given to her by the Black community. J-Lo made it known that it wasn't given any handouts. Well, Puffy, and I guess he can represent a culture. I mean, we could give Puffy that. We could give him that, right? He gave her the name, right? Okay. And proceeds to say, you know what I mean? All that stuff, not being born into a family with money, not knowing anybody in the business. I just went out there and said, F it. And I'm trying, and I'm going to just try. I'm going to try and get there. As we know, J-Lo has been in the industry for years and years, yet she feels like she's known for her good looks and cute music. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good looks, cute music. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with, have you ever given Keenan Ivory Wayans his, like, have you ever thanked, has she ever thanked Keenan Ivory Wayans? Has she? I don't know. I'm just asking. I just want to know. I don't know. I could look it up, I'm sure. I could ask Googleisha. But, has she? Okay. I don't know. Tyga reportedly faces no charges for a domestic dispute with ex as long as he stays out of trouble. He'll talk to prosecutors about how to handle future disputes. And it's like the judges, like, you have to know that this is not. It says, despite throwing a hook at his ex, it looks like Tyga is off one. According to TMZ, he will not face any charges stemming from a domestic violence incident. In October, after his ex-girlfriend preference, Cameron Swanson, accused him of putting his hands on her when they got in an argument at the rapper's home. Per the report, not the Yelp review, he'll be good as long as he stays out of trouble. If he doesn't, prosecutors can end up filing misdemeanor charges in the case. He'll sit down with prosecutors to talk about how to better handle domestic disputes in the future. No court-ordered anger management, no nothing. When it all went down, Tyga turned himself into the police and his bail was set at $50,000. Looks like he's a semi-free man now. Thoughts? Like, that lady's eye is literally black. She walked into the restaurant, she sat down at the table, thought she was going to have a different dining experience and got punched in the eye. And then tried to do the right thing by going to the cops and not protecting the black man because she's afraid of what the cops might do to him, right? I've done that before. Don't do that. That's some dumb, stupid shit. If they were able to violate your body, let the cops do with them what they will. Call the cops on these niggas, okay? And press charges, okay? Okay. Be very clear. Don't do no stupid shit like, I don't know the cops, please don't take him. Don't do none of that dumb shit. Take him. See you later. If he had enough gall to violate your person and punch you in your face, you pretty little preference, go to the cops and press charges. Don't play those games. Because you see what happens when you go to the cops. Oh, we're gonna talk about how to handle domestic disputes in the future. Okay, so what has to happen next? He punched her in the eye. What does he have to do? Slit her throat? Shoot her? What are we talking about next? No consequences. Behavior continues. Any woman with a sound mind would not put herself in proximity to a man who will close his fist and punch you in the face. You'll be next. That's all I have to say about that. Kanye wants a public apology for the Kardashians for not being invited to Chicago's party. But you said you were going to have a party Then you decided not to have a party because you were going to go to Miami, but then you decided not to go to Miami and crash the party that you weren't originally invited to because you were going to have your own party, but you didn't have your own party because you were going to Miami, and then decided not to go to Miami and disrupt the party that you were never invited to. Fuck you. And let me tell you something. The way that Kim Kardashian acts on TV, how petty she is, how sneaky she is, we're not acting like she's not probably over there doing what she needs to do to make sure I stick this nigga where it hurts. And if I was her, I would file for full custody, and I would just post all of the blog posts. Thank you, blog posts, for documenting. Thank you, blogs. Now I sponsor the blogs. Thank you for documenting the spiral. Because when it's time to go to court and say, hey, judge, I need full custody. Why, Miss Kardashian, do you need full custody? Roll the tapes. Next post. Go ahead. Next post. Thank you, blogs. Next post. She don't even have to keep track. The blogs is doing a good job of documenting Kanye's dysfunction. Thank you for full custody. This erratic behavior. And let me tell you something. Kanye is in his right motherfucking mind. It ain't no bipolar shit, nothing. You're in your right mind to be able to sit down on the internet and dog whistle. In an effort to get people to go to Kim and say, Kim, you're not treating Kanye right. Treat him right. He's a black man trying to see his children. Girl. Oh yeah, they apologized. I forgot on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta family reunion. He apologized to Erica Mena. Girl, he don't mean it. That's what I meant by he don't mean it. Whitney Houston was reportedly tormented by the industry over lesbian relationship with Robin. Neighbors, this is from the Neighborhood Talk, as we come to the 10-year anniversary mark of Whitney's untimely death, author Garrett Kennedy continues to share some of Whitney's darkest secrets in his new book, Didn't We Almost Have It All, in defense of Whitney Houston. Kennedy reveals she also possessed a deep, dark secret. She was a closeted lesbian, feeling pressure to conform to her strict religious upbringings, to bind you. To bind. The word religion means to bind. Bind. B-I-N-D. To bind. Okay? To bind you. Do you know what it means to bind someone? Okay. Feeling pressure to conform to her strict religious upbringing and norms of the time, Whitney hid her sexuality from the public. Because her music didn't fit squarely in boxes expected of a black girl making music in the 80s, she was seen as not black enough. She was ridiculed, brandish whitey, and endured endless speculations on her sexuality. Whitney was 17 when she met Robin Crawford, who was 19 at the time. They were both working as youth counselors in East Orange Community Center in New Jersey. Kennedy writes, it was a bond that formed almost immediately, and they were inseparable that summer. If you saw one, you saw the other, he adds. With Crawford, Houston could be the tomboy who preferred smoking Newports, getting high, and cussing. Come on, Whitney. Honey, good bitch, cuss. Let me shut up. Crawford also talks about time her and Whitney shared their first kiss. It was free and honest, loving and tender, Robin wrote in her 2019 memoir, A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston. After decades of silence, we both wanted to touch and explore each other, and we did until we fell asleep in each other's arms. They were partners in a traditional sense, but never had a real conversation about labels: lesbian, gay, bisexual, girlfriend. Kennedy writes, describing the relationship between Whitney and Crawford. I just said, I made a comment on this post, and I just said that it's sad that she didn't get to live. She died not getting to live in her truth. And it's like, I don't think you all understand how these constructs, how they do so much damage to humanity. It's like I just talked about how Peter Guns, you want to control everybody outside of yourself. And it's like, you know how, like the last night, T.S. Madison posted a premiere. Something happened on her Instagram. This woman got on her live on Instagram and had the nerve to tell Maddie that she was cussing too much and that she was becoming offensive. Maddie started going off on the lady. The lady came back and said that she was a natural woman, right? Maddie started going off. Natural woman, what does it mean? What are you talking about? And this and that. The lady came back. The lady got on the live. And was going back and forth. And she literally told Maddie, I was admiring your house. I do estate sales. I love estate sales too. And I was admiring your house. And then you started doing this cussing and stuff like that. And it became offensive. And I said to myself, why the fuck would you stay in a space where you became offended and then attempt to control the words and censor the words that are coming out the person's mouth? Change the channel. Literally, no one is forcing you to be here. So instead of freely in your full sovereignty, leave. You say you want to stay here and tell the other person what to do on their damn platform. Girl, what? And then retort and say, I'm a natural woman. And then when you're confronted, say, well, I just meant that because you started using the word bitch. And I wanted to say, I'm not a bitch. I'm a natural woman. You saying I'm a natural woman to a trans woman, bitch, don't play. We ain't playing down here. We're not playing down here. You know what the fuck you were saying when you said you was a natural woman in response in a back and forth with a trans woman. Don't play those games with me. But you want to get on a person's platform and tell them to censor themselves because you are offended and uncomfortable instead of taking your happy ass and changing the channel. I don't understand how people have the audacity and then turn around and be like, well, I'm trying to inject religion into it. What the fuck? How do girl? Her very existence goes against all the bindings and restrictions that society puts on you. Maddie's very existence, trans people's very existence, goes against what this world wants to, the box that this world wants to put you in. It goes against everything. And then to be black on top of that, what do I say? White, male, hetero, Christian. Trans people go against all of that. And then you don't hear them saying nothing about trans men because the male part is they're taking on that box. They've checked that box. So we don't say anything to the trans men, but the trans women, how are you? I have something to say about you're transitioning to be a woman. I have something to say about, I don't have something to say about the men. I'm okay with them. But I'm going to have something to say about the women. Then she's black. So that the white box is not checked off. Then, well, she's considered heterosexual because she loves men. But you classify her as gay, so it goes against the hetero box. And she questions religion. That woman said, well, don't you believe in God? Don't you believe in God? What she say? Well, isn't God blessing you? And you sitting up on your channel using all those cuss words and stuff? Yes. Newsflash. All these cuss words and how I'm walking around here cussing bitches out and using MF and this and that and still blessed. How the fuck is that possible? Huh? I'm still blessed. Y'all try to bind people into these weird ideas and then be like, well, you was just cussing and, I've started to get offended. That's when you should have started to change the channel instead of trying to get somebody to censor themselves so that you can be comfortable. That's what y'all do. Y'all want people to change themselves. Y'all want to control everybody but yourself. And instead of having full control over yourself and changing the channel, you would rather control somebody else instead of controlling yourself and getting your ass up and getting the fuck off of the platform. Come on. Y'all need to let people be who they are. Maddie ain't hurting nobody. How the fuck do you tell somebody that? And then when she said something about bitch this and bitch that, well, if you know anything about Madison, she said, I'm from Florida, bitch, this is the way we talk. And if you know me, then why are you over here trying to change me so that you can feel comfortable? What? If the frequencies aren't harmonizing, my dear, you're not going to get me to match your energy. What you need to do is go somewhere else where your frequency can harmonize with, if you're not harmonizing over here, go harmonize somewhere else. If it's static over here, go harmonize somewhere else. So that's what it is. If you come onto a channel and the frequency that it's emitting doesn't resonate with you, you're not harmonizing. It sounds like static. Instead of you trying to get the frequency to match yours, you should change the dial and find a dial where it comes clear to you. Instead of trying to get what sounds like static to you to adjust to you. Go harmonize your frequencies somewhere else instead of trying to get me to match your energy. If you don't like what's happening, change the channel. You want to control someone instead of controlling yourself. Instead of getting up and going away from it. You want to be like, no, I'm going to stay here. And then be like, you're forcing me to listen to you. You're forcing me, girl. Y'all are a mess. Anyway, I don't even know what the fuck this video was about. Anyways, take care of each other. Shout out to Whitney Houston. Too bad she wasn't able to live in her truth. She was religious and all this other dumb stuff. Her tortured soul died in a damn bathtub. And she died not even being able to live in her truth. Y'all did that to her. Society did that to Whitney. Yes. Yes. I'm out of here. And you take care of each other and protect your energy. All right. Peace.